I think about like my wedding day. We initially had planned a huge 300-person wedding, but it was in the middle of COVID and everything shut down, and so we had to pivot, and we decided to get married a different way.
You know, Abby and I eloped, but the thing I regret most is
when you think about like, what do you notice differently in couples, like when they're emotionally present versus couples who are just kind of focused on getting through the day? I think if you compare like weddings where like you can talk about the last two big weddings we had together with Marcus and Bren, which was like really like there was a lot going on in that wedding, and there was a lot of moving parts, but it still worked and the relationship aspect still came through, which was kind of cool. And the same thing with Amanda and Jonah's wedding, like we were able to like. And so you think about those weddings, like people were able to be emotionally present, like and not focus on the logistics and kind of to hand things over.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's kind of cool, you know.
100%. Because like I think back to, you know, Abby and I eloped and everything before we had our wedding day, which removed a lot of the stresses that a normal wedding day would have. But the thing I regret most is like we were running a few minutes behind, and I was just, you know, I'm checking the clock. Like there's people out there, you know, and Abby's just trying to get ready with, you know, her bridesmaids and everything. And I'm just like, where are you at? Like, we going down? Like, what's going on? You know, and which there was no need. I mean, we'd already been married 3 months. And so, and the people that are sitting out there, they're gonna keep on sitting out there until the wedding's done. Like, you know,
they're not going anywhere.
And so, I think that's something like I liked about like Marcus and Bryn's wedding and Amanda and Jonah's wedding was intentionality, not allowing those things to distract from the moments that they had, which ultimately also helped for the photo and videos. Because to be able to capture moments and remember moments that were low stress instead of capturing moments and remembering moments of high stress. Like I don't want to look at which I don't, you know, look at my wedding photos and think, oh, I was so stressed. You know, or look at my wedding video.
And you can see it on my face.
And you can see it on my face. Exactly. Like the weddings that I've shot where you would have thought if it wasn't for the white dress, we're at a funeral. Like that's the reality of it, you know. But to be able to look at the product that you receive and just remember the emotional aspects of it that weren't stress emotions or that weren't just all the things that come with a wedding day.
Exactly.
Except for the love that you felt between you and your spouse and the people that were present.
I couldn't agree. I clearly think about like my wedding day, and like we had initially planned a huge 300-person wedding, but it was in the middle of COVID and everything shut down, and so we had to pivot.
Right.
And so it was either we were gonna move our wedding day back until things opened up, or we gonna get married a different way, and we decided to get married a different way. And we like literally had like the smallest. We had literally put a post on Facebook. Any of our friends are in town, we're getting married today. You can come. Like that's how it was. And it was like, but awesome. It was like my aunt married us. Like and it was my immediate family there. Her Angela's immediate family, and then like random people, friends from Winfield. It's like if you would have showed up, it wouldn't have been a big deal. Funny thing is, like one of my former students who just happened to be in town
showed up. They just pulled up.
Like
on the wedding,
he just pulled up. He had texted me like right before my literally right before my wedding started. He was texting me. I was like, "Hey, bro, I'm about to get married. You can come through if you want." Like that's how chill it was.
That's amazing.
And I was like, man, but I think about that. Like it was an awesome time. We got pictures and things like that. And I don't know if we got any video, but I was like, I always think in my mind, like, man, what if we would have had the opportunity to, you know, actually document that in a way?
Yeah.
Like, even though it was a small, intimate, we got married at the college that me and my wife graduated at. Same place I proposed.
That's the same place where Abby and I got
married. Same place y'all got married.
Steps, bro.
I forgot about that.
We gotta take our. I don't know. Actually, no. I mean, the only photos we have are iPhone photos. I
feel like we should do something with that.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Do something with that. Yeah,
100%.
Go to the 77. But like I think in my mind, like, man, if
we can renew our vows,
dude.
But we'll just take turns taking photos of each other.
I'm down with it, bro. I'm down with
it.
That would be legit.
For real.
But I think like, man, if we would have had like access to our team, like for our weddings, like and the experience that we get with telling love story, like you and Abby's love story, how y'all met, like it's totally different than than me and Andrew's story because y'all's is really fast. Ours is like a decade, almost a
40
decade.
years. No,
man, 4 score. Yeah. But I was like, man, what it would have been really cool to have that documented. Like to have our have our stories, have some have engagement sessions where we're actually telling our love story, or sitting down in the studio with as a couple and and just talking through that, which I think that's the coolest part. Like I feel like that we provide is being able for them to take those stories with them. So yeah. All right, so there's 5 things like that I really want brides and grooms and couples to know, like and really think about. And the first thing is like your story matters because of your engagement day. One of the biggest mistakes couples make is rushing the engagement session instead of slowing down and reflecting on it. I think like normally it's like an hour session, take some pictures, or maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it is. And then, you got a couple of outfits and then you go home. And I think like really need to make sure you take some intentional time to actually, enjoy the time. And I think and I think the way we set that up, allows for you to enjoy it and for it to be something that's memorable rather than something that like somebody dreaded.
Well, it's like also the way we set it up puts you in the mindset of not we have this photo shoot we have to go do or whatever. We're going on a date
night, baby.
And it just so happens that our date night is going to be captured on photo and video.
Yep, that's it.
So like guys, you should be thanking us because we're setting up your date night for you. And she's getting her photo and video, so you got nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, also, I think about like clients, like after a photo or session or whatever, they're already all dressed up. We probably did their photo session on like a Friday or a Saturday, so the woman's probably thinking we're gonna go on a date afterward. But we just did it for you, bro. After all you gotta do after is go get some Andy's frozen custard down the street over by the Belmont.
You good.
But you don't gotta spend no Belmont money because we just did your date for you.
Exactly. I think that's it's like
everyone should be thinking that. No,
yes, everybody. Yes, everybody. No joke. Another thing I really wanted to hit on that you talked about was like the relationship. We're talking about relationship and clients telling their stories, but also like relationship among vendors is so important. And one of the things that we'll tell that story another day, but we've had some weddings that like should have had a coordinator. And if you don't have a coordinator, don't believe in coordinators, man.
You better start believing.
The stress
start praying
that they take away is tremendous.
Yeah.
And so the cool thing again is we got my wife, she does our coordination and your wife Abby helps they work together to help with coordinating the whole day and make that process so much simpler. And I think like so many I feel like couples and take that for granted on their wedding day, and you're not able to really focus on the actual day, So.
Right.
And so, but the other part of that is vendor relationship. And so again, we got coordinator, photo, video, and then like getting to know your other vendors and the vendors being able to connect before the wedding, I think is important too. Whether 100%. It's a DJ, if officiant, if possible, or if we have like a vendor, like a person that's at the venue that works directly for the venue, making sure that person's on the up and up.
I think back to a wedding we shot, which was actually on the trip to us thinking about starting A&J Studio.
Yeah.
Like it was the like antithesis moment of whenever A&J Studio pretty much came to be.
Yeah.
Was a wedding that you had asked me to second shoot with you out in Dodge City.
Yeah.
And
man.
I remember the whole day they had this guy he did video.
Yeah.
He could shoot video. I don't know if he was a videographer, but he could definitely shoot video. He had the capability. And just the whole day, like I think about the kiss, which the day in itself was an interesting, it was all an interesting wedding.
That was a whole episode by itself, man.
For the kiss shot in this big cathedral with all this family and everything, and this man gets right down in the middle of the aisle with his tripod and camcorder in hand and is right in front of us. And all that could have been avoided if there was some sort of relationship that we knew and could organize with that guy.
Exactly.
But because there wasn't, we missed the moment, and we
Yeah.
had to recreate
Recreate
it
it like, hey,
after.
kiss and dip again.
Which
Like,
the last thing a bride and groom want to do, the last thing they want to hear is that we didn't get the photo. No, I don't think we told them. I think we just said we want to
yeah,
recreate it.
exactly.
But the last thing they want to do is that like they're trying to move forward with the wedding
Yeah,
day,
I'm
one
trying to
thing
stay
after the next.
focused and stay present.
Especially after the ceremony, that's whenever everything has been amped up to 10,
Yep.
and like we're getting through to the reception. They got walk-ins.
Yep.
Already they had forgotten their rings that day, and the
Yeah.
dad had to leave and go get them and come back 30 minutes into the ceremony, which
Yeah.
thank God it was a Catholic wedding because there was enough time
Still
to do
going.
that.
But he didn't get to walk her down the aisle.
But he didn't get to walk her down,
which was
and all that
super,
could have been
like,
avoided. Even that day of coordinator could have
Yep.
already had that figured out
Yep.
at the beginning of the day. Where are the rings at? We need the
Yep,
rings
give
here.
it to me. Yep.
But the dad missed his walk down with his daughter, showed
Yeah.
up 30 minutes early, 30 minutes late
Yeah.
into the ceremony. We didn't get the shot on all these different things. Could have all been avoided just by having a presence like A&J
Exactly.
Studio present on a day like that.
Bingo. Like, seriously. And so, like, I beg you, like, think about hiring a coordinator
Yeah.
because I'm telling you, it will save your mom, save your siblings, your family. Like, they will be able to just focus on the day and be present with you, and you will be able to focus and be present. So, man, I can't, like, I really don't like doing weddings without a coordinator anymore.
Because also, I think for us, like, now it comes with, just doing the job. Like, we can coordinate some things on our own and stuff like that. But for also your vendors to be able to focus on what they do best, your DJ to be able to solely focus on being a DJ, videographer be able to solely focus on being a videographer, photographer being a photographer, not being coordinator plus. Coordinator plus, photographer plus. Like, there was a few weddings that they just did not have like their crap together at all for the whole day, and I had to sit down with them at their wedding and help them as the photographer.
Yeah.
How many photos did I miss? How many moments with their friends did they miss that they didn't get to have because we were figuring that out the day of?
Yeah.
Whenever there could have been someone solely dedicated to figuring that out for all of us, So I think it's also to also get your true money's worth out of the vendors you're hiring. Hire a day of coordinator.
Yep.
You want the most photos
yes.
Don't give them anything to think about except for photos. Video, same thing. Don't give them anything to think about except for video. So
Exactly. So, like, as we close, I know we've been talking and rambling. We can talk about this stuff for a long time. I want you to really think about this, and we understand this, but we really want like couples to understand this, that your wedding day, like there's a beginning of your story when you guys met, and that's the beginning. Your wedding day is not the end. It's just a point. It's just a stop. And I want to encourage you to think about like your experience, the things that you can take as you continue your wedding, your marriage, the things that you take with you. You'll be able to take your photos with you.
Yeah.
You'll be able to take your video with you.
Yep.
You'll be able to take some memories. Maybe keep your bouquet if you want to press it. Some people keep some cake frozen in the freezer. I don't do that. I can't get down with that.
I can't get down with it.
But
to each their own.
Hey, to each their own judgment. But like when you think about it, your photo and your videos are the only thing you truly get to take with you, and it's the things that continue to feed your relationship throughout the rest of your your marriage, the rest of your time together. Continue to show your like the next generations like what marriage is about, and how to be a good spouse and what true love looks like.